Hello, it is Thursday, February 9th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Thursday puzzle today, so we should have a very interesting or clever theme in store. And I always look forward to Thursdays. I think it might be my favorite day of the week. I know that's very much not how some people feel, but I do like the more ambitious themes. In any case, this ambitiously themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Tom Nemchek, Alan Blunder, Mitchell Turek, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shulmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in bringing us this series and sustaining this channel. I do very much appreciate that. So thank you so much if you're one of them. And if you'd like to become one of those benefactors and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve or in a link in the description field underneath the video. And, of course, you can join the Patreon campaign via that same link and become a patron at any level you choose and get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. And that includes an acrostic puzzle this week, as well as the first puzzle of the Boss Words Winter Wonder Solve 2023 tournament, whose practice puzzle I solved. So that, I think, is up now as well, and I'll be solving the remainder of the actual tournament puzzles from that soon. So do look forward to those. All right. Do also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not done so, and you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server in a link in the description field underneath the video. Thanks to everybody who's done either or both of those things. And with that, let's get on to today's crossword. This is a Thursday puzzle. It was constructed by Alex Rosen, who's constructed around half a dozen puzzles for the Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving, shall we? Like some committees. I don't know. I keep thinking select committee, which is a function of the UK, a sort of feature of the UK Parliament, but I can't think what this is. Many a Syrian or Yemeni. Arab, presumably? Let's see if that works. No soft serve. No soft serve. What on earth does that mean? No soft serve. Oh, an ace. It's in tennis. It's not a sort of timid, soft tennis serve. It's an ace. It was not returned successfully because it was too difficult. So caviar, for example, is roe, fish eggs, and only human, briefly. Oh, Adam. The only human? Why is that briefly, though? Briefly. Oh, because for a brief time, he was the only human. That's very clever, because usually in crossword clues, briefly means an abbreviated version of the clue, but not here. That's very clever. The only human for a brief time in the biblical story, of course. Okay, wasn't, then was. Became, if one wasn't something, then became it. One then was the thing. Okay, if one did some tech work, one does some tech work, codes, apologies. Went to third, say. Gear shifted from second gear to third gear. It's interesting that presumably manual transmission will sort of eventually just go extinct because there really isn't any equivalent in it in electric cars. I wonder how long this kind of reference will remain something that makes any sense to anybody. Probably a lot of people for whom it already doesn't. I would imagine. Okay. Right. Here's our revealer with 66 across. Hint for solving this puzzle, and this looks like something each because I don't think there's going to be a 2-letter word that would work here. So I think these words are divided each, and then this says continuation of 18 across. Okay. Well. That's fine. We'll get there eventually. Gillette razor name. So there's a razor name that used to be clued in the New York Times absolutely all the time, and it was Atra, I think. And I don't remember if it's Gillette, but I haven't seen it in a while, but let's see if that works. Ad hoc committees. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. So you could assemble an ad hoc committee, a committee sort of put together temporarily for some immediate purpose. Okay, to judge something to be true would be to deem it to be true, and to give birth to would be to have, to have a child, to give birth to a child. Signs of trouble could be omens, perhaps. And to emend is to alter text, to copy edit, to what with a C? Let's look at the crosses. Je t'aime is to French as te amo is to Spanish, so I love you in each of those languages. Oh, reverse each. With 66 across, hint for solving this puzzle. Reverse each. Right, and it'll be reverse each answer or something like that. But yeah, we don't know yet because we're not given any hints as to what the continuation is. All right, and I don't know that I've seen any theme clues unless they're hidden in here somewhere. I mean, there's no indication of it, I don't think. All right, to amend is to correct a text. There we go. This looks like Amun-Ra. Yes, supreme Egyptian deity, Amun-Ra. And ancient Egyptian pantheon. Stories spanning generations could be a saga. And actor George of the Goldbergs. I don't think I'm familiar with the Goldbergs. It's a TV show, presumably. George, I don't know. Some nightclub performances. Looks like cabarets to me. And centerpiece of an agenda, the main topic, the main point, the main, I don't know. Lil Blank Old Town Road rapper. I think somewhat astonishingly, I've still managed to never hear the song. I know it was a huge phenomenon a few years ago, but I don't believe I've heard it. But I think I do know the artist, Lil Nas X, I think is correct. I'm pretty confident about that. Museum curators' degrees could be MFAs, Masters of Fine Arts degrees. And actress Elba of Cats, I guess Idris Elba was in that weird Cats movie. And right. I think they're making another season of Luther, which is a sort of police crime show that Idris Elba starred in, which I enjoyed. Right could be I see, maybe? I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I feel as though there are probably more than one possibility here, but that works. Engagement ring, maybe not. What would this be? Engagement ring, a band? But you don't really say an engagement band, you say a wedding band. Is there a punny thing? A ring. Engagement ring, some kind of phone call. I'm not sure. What is she in France? Question mark. So I think it just means she, elle, which is just the French word for she. I think that's what this is referring to, and the question mark just indicates a bit of punnery around this, that we're referring to the word she rather than asking what a particular person is. Right, so it could still be I see. Firm fruit could be firm fruit. Not sure. And roll doubles to get out of jail, or you do not talk about Fight Club. Those are rules of a game. Is the first one Monopoly, I suppose, and the second one, obviously, Fight Club, the sort of titular game of the film Fight Club and book. Abound, so team, so in other words, otters abound in this river. This river is teeming with otters. Right, I bet. Okay, so it wasn't what I thought. Okay, and the repeated eyes indicate a kind of sarcasm. Right, I bet. Okay, firm fruit. Oh, firm dole? Oh, a fruit firm. It's a fruit company. I see. So this will be one of the theme clues for sure. We're going to reverse each theme answer. Theme. Yeah, that might be it. That might be the answer to this clue. Actually, I'm gonna leave it there for now as we tidy some of this up a bit and then go back to it and see if we can check the crosses. So the centerpiece of an agenda is the main item of a meeting, for instance. There we go. And an engagement ring. Okay, so right. It as suspected, it does have nothing to do with marriage. It is about. Oh, it's a ring engagement. This is another theme clue. Wow, these are very stealthily hidden, because you look at these and they read like perfectly plausible clues. This is so interesting. So I wonder if I've already solved some of these and just not even noticed. I bet I have. So, where was I just looking? Sorry. All right. So a ring engagement would be an engagement or an event that takes place in a ring, in this case, a boxing ring. So a bout. That's very clever. So, no, they have to, I think they pretty much need to be two words long, I would think. Maybe not. Trouble of signs. It doesn't really. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I hadn't solved any yet. That's interesting. And I don't think we were given any indication of how many of these there were. So they're just sort of hidden in the puzzle. Well, let's go check this. Object of hate watching, perhaps. I don't know, a bad film or something TV maybe? Bad TV? I don't know. Let's see if that works. Feature of a helmet maybe, a visor. A helmet could have a visor. So sort of, I don't know, bad TV or trash TV or something maybe. 1978 movie musical starring Diana Ross. Oh, The Wiz maybe? Was Diana Ross in The Wiz? I don't know. I don't know enough movie musicals. Maybe. This might be wrong. The theme answer might be wrong. National flower of England, rose. Okay, it is wrong. I think this probably is The Wiz, which was the musical adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. I've never actually seen it, so I don't really know who's in it, to be honest with you. But Blank Midas Wolf, Disney's Three Little Pigs antagonist. I don't know. I mean, I've probably seen that cartoon, years ago, but I don't really remember. Zeke, maybe that's a name that would start in this manner. Pan Asian. Oh, it's an Asian pan is a walk. There we go. Here's another theme clue. Wow, they're so stealthily included. I'm really impressed. Rock hard, hard rock, or there we go. Oh, what on earth is this? Oh, reverse each. Sorry, I just had a complete inability to understand. I kept thinking, I want this to be two, but two isn't spelled TWO. I don't know what was going on there. Sorry. Okay. Reverse each two-word clue. That's what we're doing. Yes. All right. And of course it wasn't answered because I learned that after solving these. I had reverse each theme answer, which was a reasonable guess, I suppose. But we knew that wasn't the case as soon as we started solving these and we saw that it's the clues that are reversed, not the answers. And I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't parse that correctly or something. Okay, so every two-word clue in the puzzle. That's really interesting. So let's just run through and this will make it easier to double check whether I've already sort of inadvertently solved one. I don't think I have, other than the ones that I identified. So none in the crosses, and no. So I think all the ones I've solved were ones where I realized there was something going on. Okay, so let's keep going. La-di-da. And word with square or line, square dance or line dance, two kinds of dances. Crew top crew, the A team or A list or something like that. To remember every single two-word clue, and it must be reversed. Job a bank or bank job. A bank job is a heist. There we go. Vexed is vexed could mean you're vexed, you're sort of irritated, but a vexed problem could also be a tricky or difficult problem. But why don't I see what either of those means with respect to this fill? I'm not sure. Young musician Young, Neil Young. There we go. These are so clever. These are very, very well constructed. One of the three magi. Oh, I don't remember their names. Balthazar, one of them, or something. Melchior. Castor, Melchior. I don't know. A team. Oops. Oh yeah, maybe it is something like that. Grossglockner for one. I don't know. What is that word? Anyway, we filled this with crosses. Highway accident respondent, an EMT, an emergency medical technician. And this is, oh, vexed. It ate at you. It vexed you. Okay, so it irritated you. It ate at you. There we go. And Grossglockner for one. I mean, it could be a name, Ollie or something. Although names, individual people's names aren't usually clued like that for one. But I don't know. I just don't know what this is. Yeah, sorry. I wish I had more German to infer that. Well, let's keep looking around the grid. USA, USB, or USC. So United States of America, Universal Serial Bus, or University of Southern California. ABC. The ABCs? Sorry, I don't quite... I'm just saying that because the first two letters of each of each of these initialisms is the same, US, and then the third in each case follows the series ABC, but I don't really know why that would be, why that means you could call these the ABCs. I don't think it does. I do not understand what's going on there. It might be something just very, very, very simple, and for some reason I can't land on it. Wild West Show rope. Well, my first thought would be lasso, but lariat is another word for that. There might be some distinction between those words, but I don't know what it is. Oh, George Siegel, is that somebody? It's just, I mean, it's a name. It looks plausible, and it works with that A thing, but I don't know. Garment patented in 1914 by Mary Phelps Jacob. Was it the bra? So this, if so, this would be a B. A B. I do not know what's going on there. Sorry. Symbol of sharp wit, a rapier, rapier wit. So to indicate with the the sort of type of sword to indicate the sharp cutting nature of your wit. So I think this probably is bra. Mount Olympus is, Olympus Mount. We have to remember the two word ones need to be reversed. So Olympus Mount. Oh, a tripod, because Olympus is a camera brand. You could mount one on a tripod. That's very subtle. That's very clever. Giant storybook or a storybook giant. Again, even just having done this a moment ago, I immediately started to solve the other way around and thought, oh, a tome is a giant storybook. No, a storybook giant could be an ogre, a sort of giant hulking character from fairy tale. Insurance giant bailed out in 2008, AIG, there we go. And call home, home call. Oh, batter up, that's something people say in baseball, and a home plate is a thing in baseball, and the batter stands at home plate, so that I guess that all sort of fits together. Okay, this probably is trash TV, as I suspected it might be. Object of hate watching, perhaps. You could sort of hate watch a series that you know is I don't know, bad, I guess. So I think this is an O. Is it Castor? I think is one of the three magi. Not very much. No. Oh, Casper. It's Casper. Sorry. Caspar, Melchior, and the third name is wackier. It's just a longer name. Oh, okay, it's so frustrating. Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, Grossglockner must be an Alp, one of the mountains in the Alps. There we go. All right. There we have it. Good, finally. That's a bit of a tricky cross, isn't it? And not very much is a bit. To gossip is to dish, to share the gossip. And like a neutron star is very dense. As a unit could be, we did it as a unit, we did it together. And part for, or part IV, or in reverse, IV part, I suspect this is an intravenous drip. Not sure. Evidence of expiration. And cold Asian desert. Gobi Desert? Water buffalo. Oh no, sorry, I keep doing this. Buffalo water. What, the Erie? The Erie Canal or something? Is this referring to Buffalo, New York? It's not capitalized. Maybe there are just buffalo around Lake Erie or something. Not sure. I'm sure it makes perfect sense, but I'm not immediately aware of in what manner. Cuts short or shortcuts. Shortcuts could be bob haircut, sort of short above shoulder length hair. Thick Japanese noodle could be udon. And so a tube, right? So an IV part of an intravenous drip would simply be the tube that carries the serum. And then evidence of expiration, odor. So right, I see. Food has expired and starts to smell. All right, there we go. Let's keep looking around. Rod used to make yarn. A spindle. There we go. In of wool or thread or something. And sticky plant stuff is resin of a tree. UN member until 1991 was the USSR, at which point, of course, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics dissolved, and then takes a whiff is sniffs, and not as nasty was nicer, was not as nasty, was nicer. To absorb as information was to learn that information, and lampooned with up is sent up, so spoofed or parodied someone or something, to lampooned it. Pelts are furs, so not pelts as the verb, but rather pelts, hides, furs. And a cold Spanish dessert is a flan, and then Senator Joni of Iowa, Joni Ernst. That sounds familiar. So there we go. And let's finish off this grid. Some turban wearers could be Sikhs. I think more properly pronounced Sikhs, but I find that I always worry when I say it that way. People won't understand what I'm referring to because it's so overwhelmingly pronounced, I suppose, incorrectly, unfortunately. All right, CBS forensic drama is CSI presumably on CBS, I would think, because that is a forensic drama. And my alarm didn't go off for one. Is an excuse you could make because you were, I don't know, late for a meeting or something. Or school. Does not could be does. Oh, no, sorry. Not does. Not does. Not does. They're bucks. So very good. So female or male deer. Does or bucks. That's very clever. These are so well constructed. Sound of impact could be bam or something, I suppose. Group thinking. No, sorry, thinking group every single time. I misread it initially. So thinking group. Oh, Mensa, the sort of membership club for people with high IQ, I suppose it sort of is. To look good is a good look. Take a good look, take a scan. And the official beer sponsor of the 2020 Tokyo Olympics must have been Asahi, the sort of ubiquitous Japanese beer brand. And then singer with the 2016 #1 hit, Cheap Thrills. I think this has been clued almost identically before. And I don't know the song, but I know the answer is Sia. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I never figured this out. Oh, these are simply abbreviations. Oh, are you kidding? It was exactly as I said. It was something blindingly obvious, just an incredibly simple way of interpreting this clue that for some reason I didn't. I don't know how I didn't get there. That was ridiculous. Anyway, George Siegel of the Goldbergs, what a fitting end to this puzzle, this completely absurd thing that I should have been obvious, and yet I couldn't see it. And there we go. That was the Thursday crossword. Really liked that. I think that was a great theme to reverse each two-word clue. It's just incredibly, and it's, I suppose, unlike some Thursday themes, the puzzle does just tell you. I mean, it tells you. It doesn't even tell you in a punny way. It doesn't make some sort of pun about reversing that you then have to say, oh, right, I sort of get it. It just explains it immediately. And yet I still almost every single time misread, forgot to do that initially and spent at least a moment in my mind trying to solve the clue as written rather than reversed. So in any case, we had firm fruit or fruit firm, dole. That's very clever. What else did we have? We had musician young, Neil. Olympus mount, a tripod. A good look, a scan. A home call, batter up. Shortcuts, bobs. Buffalo water, Erie. Someone should make sure that I understand what's going on with that because I'm not sure that I do. But I'm sure it does make sense. Ring engagement, a bout. Top crew, the A-team. A bank job, a heist. Not doze. This one is incredibly good because it's a fundamentally different word. I mean, some of these we're reversing the word order, but the words themselves are essentially the same words. In this case, it's a completely different word. Anyway, not doze are bucks. And a storybook giant might be an ogre. IV part, here's another one where we're using a completely different meaning of those letters. IV part could be a tube. And an Asian pan is a walk. And hard rock is ore. There we go. Hopefully I didn't miss any of those. Maybe I maybe missed one or two, but I don't think so. In any case, that was a very, very clever theme by Alex Rosen. Very well constructed. Really enjoyed that. It's different than yesterday's, and that this wasn't really a linguistic these weren't really linguistic discoveries. It was you could in theory create an indefinite additional number of these, but this was a very good set of them. Enjoyed those a great deal. Hope you did as well. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday puzzle where there won't be anything like this. It will be a straight solve, presumably. So, and maybe a little bit of a step up in difficulty. This wasn't too brutally difficult for a Thursday, I wouldn't say. But yes, join me tomorrow for the Friday themeless puzzle. Hope you do. Until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.